it is me, Sharon. I'm going to wait for some of you guys to get on. This is totally impromptu. Wow, that light is really kind of odd. Is this better? Whoa, I'm so blown out. I look 12. Whoa, while whoa, that light is funky. Okay. I think that's the best I could do. So while I wait for you guys to go on, what I want to do is share this with my private insiders group because they are my cool people. So if you want to have the really great way of getting in touch with me, hi, I see you there. The best thing you guys can do, here we go, is you can go to FocusOnStyle.com/insiders, INSIDERS, and not only will you get access to my private group, you will get a free course from moi, which is pretty darn cool, I think. So let me write, join me live now, right? So tap to change. That is not what I wanted to do. My group, there you go, insiders. And I am joining me live now. Okay? So what I wanted to do right now, I know it's really a little impromptu, but, and this light's kind of a killer, but we'll make believe this light's pretty cool. So I'm in the middle of starting a launch. I just came back from a really big speaking event and a training event in Atlanta. I got to speak on the stage with my two business and speaking mentors who are pretty big deals, and I am just so honored and privileged to kind of be sucking up their creative juices of their years of experience and amazingly successful businesses. And it is so important to really be spending your time with a mentor in any situation, with someone who's walked the walk, done the stuff, and can tell you the pitfalls and guide you and steer you and just get you so you can be your best self. And I do that for myself in my own business, as I do with my private clients for style and for business marketing and in any of my style programs. I've been in this business for 30 years as a stylist. I've been running my business for a long time, and I'm not too big or proud to get expert help. I think it's incredibly important for anything you do to sort of get that better leg up on what you need to do. So anyway, so that said, I've been in the middle of starting a really big launch today and a fantastic sale. And I really don't do sales. You know I'm a bargain girl, if you know me. And that I kind of grew up on the floor of Loehmann's with finding the best designer clothes with the labels ripped out. My mom really trained me well. But I don't really do sales for my programs, but every once in a blue moon, and it's not frequently, I decide to do a huge sale. So we're going to be doing a really big Black Friday sale, and it's a quick one. So if you are interested in anything that I do, spoiler alert, you will be receiving an email soon, but to get that email, you need to be on my list. So again, go to FocusOnStyle.com/insiders and you will get the buzz on the sale and all the special things that I do not share with the general public. And it's a big sale. So that's FocusOnStyle.com/insiders. But that said, the teaching point that I want to go over with you today is, so I realized that I didn't have a video up. And I'm like, oh my God, do I go crazy? What do I do? And I was wearing a black merino t-shirt, sweater. It's a nice one. I think it's Zadig and Voltaire. It's a French one. It's got little leather cuffs on the elbows. And I was sitting around doing my work, and then I'm like, oh my God, I got to do a video. Did I freak out? Nah, I had that second of, oh my God. But what did I do when I needed to sort of represent moi for you and look good? I quickly went into the closet. I put on a nice black tuxedo jacket. I got a really nice necklace out, which I have to admit, I don't sit around my house wearing a tiara and a ball gown, getting all zhuzhed up. I wear basic pieces, and this is the key to all this, really basic pieces that you could dress up when you need to, or you can be comfortable and dress down. So I added a cool tuxedo jacket. I added a really nice necklace and some really red lips, because that just brightens you up on video. So it was a simple thing. It's like, here I was working, panic stricken, that, oh, just like you, what do I wear? What do I do? I have a last minute invitation. I don't want to go crazy. Simple. When you start with the right pieces, with the right foundation to your wardrobe, everything is easy. It is just so much easier because all you do is layer up. Like I could be sitting here right now looking a little fabulous if I need to be looking fabulous. And you're like, oh my God. Or I can't really take it off because I have my mic on here. I could just be sitting here wearing a black V-neck and an undershirt underneath a gray tank top, which is how I was for most of the day until I realized this. So that's kind of what I want to impart to you right now, is that when you get crazy and you don't know what to wear, it's sort of the key, it's the signal that you didn't start out with the right pieces, because you could dress up or dress down almost anything when you get a little style. And that's, oops, I'm sitting here. See, I'm on my green chair. Can you see my chairs behind me? I didn't even fuss with my background today. So I love chairs. This is what I face. See, I have a green one. I got an orange one. Can you see it? I got a red slice chair. I love sculptural chairs. I just love really cool. There's my you can see my little ring light behind my shoulder there, but we're not using it now, so we'll get it out of the frame. I really love very cool, big, graphic, sculptural shapes to look at all day, and I would collect as many chairs as boots if I had that much space. But we have columns in here and really cool beams in the ceiling, and it's a very architectural, sculptural kind of place, so therefore the very clean graphic shapes not only suit my personality, but look well in here. And it's the same thing with style. It's just you find the pieces, and there's a fine line between your business branding and your personal style and your living environment with everything you do. So when you kind of open your eyes and you see the thread and you find your iconic moments in the styling, what makes you tick and what gets you excited and what gets you all worked up, you realize that thread of inspiration goes to what you wear. See, again, I got a big chunky sculptural necklace. It kind of looks like the vase behind me. It's just what I gravitate to. If you look at my logo, it's a big solid eye, and it's sort of the same colors that I have in my home, because those are the colors I gravitate to, that I like. So that's something that I teach to the women who choose to become members of the Say Chic Crash Course, which will be on sale for Black Friday. And FocusOnStyle.com/insiders to be on the know. But one of the things when people say, oh, I went to a personal stylist, and oh, I went to, and I can't do that, and I can't get dressed because I don't have a personal stylist. And it's like bullshit. It's a cheap excuse, because you know what? I was a professional photo stylist for 15 years on photo shoots for magazines and catalogs and editorial, like the real stuff, not dressing women. People really didn't use personal stylists for everyday people then, maybe for the red carpet. And if you remember back in the day, celebrities actually dressed themselves, and it was kind of more fun on the red carpet because sometimes they made mistakes and sometimes they had really great style. But the difference was that it was totally authentic to them. Someone didn't dress them up and zhuzh them up like, trussed up like a turkey. Well, it's getting ready for Thanksgiving. Might as well use the turkey analogy, right? So no one trussed them up like a turkey in somebody else's clothes, dressed them up and said, walk. And it's not them, because when you're wearing clothes that aren't you, when you're wearing something that's not organic to you, that's not authentic to you, it shows, and you're just not as at ease. Not as much if you're wearing stuff and you realize you look kind of cruddy and you're not showing up and you're, holding yourself back, but it shows. So what I like to do is really teach women how to find their own organic, natural, authentic sense of style. And that's what I teach in the Say Chic crash course. And it's not buy these 5 pieces, you have to wear those shoes, what do I wear with that? It's getting the understanding, the nuance, the minutia of what style really is. And it's much more of it's a mindset, it's a thought, it's much more, so it's almost, I want to say ethereal, but it's like this weird little thing that floats around that you kind of have or you don't, and you can learn the skill set to develop it. It comes from awareness. It comes from inspiration. It comes from being open to what's around you and seeing things, and maybe at first being a little more analytical as to why something works and why something doesn't work. But it's something that you can learn. I mean, if you went to Paris and you looked at a Parisian woman who looked fantastic, and you said to her, I'm going to a personal stylist and an image consultant. I'm going to have my colors done. I think I'm an autumn. She'd look at you like you were batshit crazy, for real, because they don't do that there and they look good. They know. It's part of it's ingrained in how they were brought up, how they were raised. It's ingrained in what they know. Just like I was lucky enough to have a mom who taught me what works on me, what doesn't work on me. It's in the system of our life. So what happens is, if you find yourself not being lucky to be brought up with that, you don't know. And if someone doesn't teach you or tell you how to discover it, you don't know. I mean, you can't go and write a book unless you kind of understand how a book works. You can't go and build a building unless you know how to do a foundation. There's a certain amount of research, but there's not 5 bricks to lay and 10 pieces of cement for every building, and there's not 128 words per paragraph, 6 words on a page, I'm making this up, to write a book. There's still a structure. There's an awareness that comes. There's a knowledge. There's a mindset. There's a skill set that comes with knowing how to do things. And if you were not raised with that skill set, sometimes it's a little difficult for you to pick it up. So you know what happens? Come to me. I'm your girl. Let me help you figure out how you can find your own sense of style for yourself. So it's not a big deal. So you can wake up one day and decide, oh, wow, I need to get dressed today. Maybe what should I do? Oh, I'm going to put on a jacket and a nice necklace and some lipstick. I prefer to be unscripted in my style. I prefer to be unscripted in my life. I'm not someone who sits there and goes, ladies, would you like to have more, I'm not going to use that word. Would you like to have more elegance and joy and wonderful stuff? Well, when I was eating my pink macaroon today, I put my glittery shoes on and I had an epiphany that I should light a scented candle. Ladies, if you need that kind of mentor in your life, don't come to me. But if you need someone who's going to help you tell it like it is, who walks her walk, who could talk this fast because she knows her shizzle, then, maybe you're in the right place. And if you're in the right place and you understand that you're in business or you're a professional speaker like the women I was with this week, or you're doing social media, every time you're on Facebook, it's like your magazine cover. People get to see you and they get to know part of you. And if you're sitting there wearing your tan sweater and you've got your 1980s suburban short housefrau haircut, or you look like your old yearbook photo with like crazy cat lady hair, then, you're standing in a business meeting and you don't look like you've evolved. You don't look like you're relevant. No one is going to look at you and assume your work is relevant because you look out of date, you look a little held back, contained. You don't look cool. You certainly don't look chic. You don't look like someone wants to know. So you need to keep up with your outward appearance and not hold yourself back so that you can actually ask for the raise, get the clients, get the speaking gigs, write the book, go get some media pitching, especially if you're an entrepreneur, so that you could be a player. You could be there and you could be part of the scene and stand shoulder to shoulder with someone who you admire. And a lot of things I notice is as I'm talking to women who, because remember today's topic is like, how to dress up at the last minute without making yourself crazy. And it really starts with having a good foundation. And I notice when I'm talking to a lot of entrepreneurs, and if this sounds like you can raise your hand and I won't see you, but I want you to know, is that they buy the next business program. They buy the next 50 ways to find your profile on LinkedIn, 700 ways to make a Pinterest pin, 950 ways to have a live stream, 7,036 ways to master Facebook, to write your elevator speech, to, oh my God, I can't even know, to be an expert in your field, to be an expert in your field, you got to do the work first before you can become an expert. So there's 1,000,001 classes that people are like, oh, that guy is such a good salesman. Oh my God, I want to learn 972 ways to make my Facebook page pop off and explode in someone's face. I'm going to give them $500. I'm going to give them $900. I'm going to give them $200. So what happens is they get all these programs and they're just distractions because they're not showing up. You're doing all this social media, but you look like your 1982 yearbook photo. You got a beige couch behind you or an unmade bed in your LinkedIn profile. You're wearing a seatbelt in your Facebook photo. You got to start being aware of everything. And as you're standing there and you're not showing up to yourself and you're claiming you're too busy and too burnt out and too because you bought all these courses, you realize as you talk to people that all those extra courses are just excuses. They're just excuses for not showing up. They're just excuses for putting the cart in front of the horse because you don't want to look in. And I believe that before you can go out and shine, you need to look in. You need to look inside yourself so that your outside matches your inside, so that you free yourself up in a way that you can other people see you as you see yourself and don't see what you're hiding from, don't see the distractions that you've busied yourself from. I see women and they're like, oh, I'm so cute. And they've got like crazy over-dyed hair and they're wearing some weird polar fleece jacket at a business meeting in the South where it's not even that cold. And they say, oh, I really didn't get dressed for this event because I didn't think, and it's like it's a business event. Why are you wearing a polar fleece zip-up hiking jacket and rubber flip-flops and old hair? You're meeting other people, right? You're networking. You're showing up. So if you're going to show up like a woman who knows what year it is, who knows what's going on, who's relevant, who's on top of things, who could stand shoulder to shoulder with people on a national basis. Because even though you might look pretty cool in your small town, once you're doing this, Once you're on the internet, it's global, baby. You're competing with people from all over. You need to look as good as the national newscasters. You need to pull yourself together when you are representing your brand and stand shoulder to shoulder like someone who means business, right? It's not so bit hard. So you don't want to go crazy when you have to do a last minute thing. You could simply put on a jacket, put on a red lippy, put on a nice necklace and zhuzh yourself up and go on and get it done, right? So I want to see, is there any other questions in here? I'm seeing a couple of things coming up on this. I know I should be giving you people announcements when I'm going live, but I don't always do that because I kind of want to get in when I'm getting in, and quite frankly, I got to look at a video edit as soon as this is over. So I'm kind of waiting for it to render and for my video gun to tell me I can look at it. So what I'd like you to do is, if you think that you do need a step up, if you think you do need someone to sort of look over your shoulder and help you and guide you in what you need to do to amp up your style so you can look successful, so you can feel confident, so you cannot be freaking out that you have another birthday coming up. It's usually the one with a 0, and you don't want to look too young and you don't want to look too old, and that you changed your lifestyle, you lost your job, you're starting a new job, you're just ready for something different and you're not sure it's right, or you don't have a clue as to where to start. Well, I invite you to get on my mailing list really soon. Become an insider at FocusOnStyle.com/insiders, and you will be on my list for my special promotions that I only give and share with people on my list, my insiders. You will also get access to my free Facebook. Oops, somebody just sent me an email. You will also get access to my Style Incubator program, which is my free, for now, it's a $247 value program where you can learn to build your style from the ground up. It's self-study. It doesn't have any of the videos or interactiveness or exactness of the Say She crash course. And if that's something that you want to do to level up, and I really think that you should, if you're considering it, because it is the best way to get in touch with yourself so you can be the stylist in charge of your own look, so you can be confident. Well, then again, all that information you can find out from FocusOnStyle.com/insiders. And I think you should listen. You get a free program, you get an invite to my private Facebook group where you get me, and you get something that lasts forever, and you get forever access to it. So it is your time. It's all our times to shine, to step up, to show up, because time waits for no one. You know, I see so many people, and they get enthralled by some 28-year-old stylist or some 30-year-old stylist or some really skinny, pretty, tall, young girl, and they're like, oh, she looks so cute. Well, it's like, if you're in your 50s or your 40s or your 60s and you're not exactly a size 4, you kind of want to work with someone who's has the life experience and professional experience to know how to guide you, because we're not all created equally in our life, in the state we're in today. I don't believe in things being age appropriate. I believe in things being right for you, the age you are today, so someone doesn't say, wow, you look so good for 54. I would never have known. I want someone to come up to you and say, wow, you look great today. That simple. And to kind of guide yourself in that way, you need to work with someone who's been around the block a few times, who's seen other things, who can take you to the end really quickly, because that comes from having experience, that you can make it easy. So, this is the longest you ever hear from me whenever I do these live streams, because in the Say She crash course, it's every day for 5 minutes, because I want you to get it in, get the knowledge, and go. This is more fun and conversational and, kind of cool, but it's a lot to ask for someone to do every day, to take this much valuable time out of their busy life. So I make sure that in all my trainings, everything is concise and gives you all you need to know at that level. So Again, please, there's a surprise coming in the email later tonight for my insiders and a couple of other things for the next few days too. So I encourage you, please, to go to FocusOnStyle.com/insiders so you can be in the know. Please leave your questions below. I know I came on really fast and didn't give anyone any warning. And I will talk to you soon. And let me know what you need. Just tell me what you need. So take care. Thank you for giving me a little time right now. Hope you enjoyed it on the replay. And on the replay, put your questions for me there too. Okay, let me know what else you want to hear. We're going to be starting a real video series coming out now. I don't know. There's so much going on here. Have you been listening to my 7 Days to Amazing podcast? We just launched that a couple of weeks ago, and I have had some incredible, amazing guests that help you make your next 7 days more amazing in your business life and style. So that is something that I really think you guys should be listening to once a week. You can find it in iTunes. And I also have my Style Incubator free course that you can get at FocusOnStyle.com/insiders. I'm going into a big launch right now, and I'm going to be doing some really fast videos coming up soon just to give you some real on-the-go, on-the-run things. But there's a lot going on. We've got a big holiday coming up this week in the United States. It's Thanksgiving, and we at FocusOnStyle.com, me and my wonderful team, will be over-delivering like nobody's business between now and the end of the year. So you'll be getting a lot of stuff from us. But if you want any of my premium programs, now, this day, the next few days, is the time to get in between now and Black Friday for the super duper price. It will be there for you later, but you're going to have to. So if you're not sure about wanting to spend more, I would go in now and get the Black Friday deal. And only for insiders. And if not, it's invaluable. Honestly, think about how much money you save when you don't buy the wrong clothes. Think about how much money you save when you don't second guess yourself and just buy crud. I almost said that C-R-A-P word. Can I say that? Yeah, I said it. That makes you look, that just drags you down. And think about how much time you save in the morning or the day when you could just simply switch out to a jacket and look fabulous. See, I could pose for you. Because, the other thing I'm working on, is headshots. When I did my book, I did all my headshots myself. Because I believe that if you know what you're doing, you can figure it out and learn to work it. So when you want to work it, as your girl, baby. So FocusOnStyle.com/insiders. I will talk to you soon. And I got to look at a video that was just rendering because that's what one of my beeps came in, that it's ready. So talk to you soon. See you on the other side of my private group. Bye.